Hey, I think that's everything. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm just in the middle of things and just trying to make sure everything is running just fine. Looks like everything's good. Actually, let me just test this real quick. Testing one, two. Okay, we're good. Okay, that was weird. Super weird. Coming in with the ox. Starting right off the bat with the podcast. Man, am I totally off my game today? I am, even though I've talked to people today. But yeah, let's get started. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin. Watching 269 of DangIT Prodcast. And as far as I know, despite the second mic here and a mic in the background, I think this might just be me for this one. So, hey, I got all of you to myself now. So let's give a shout out to people in the chat. We got Black Charizard Gaming from last week joining in. Andy was here a little bit. Corinne is lurking, and Mark is here. So, all right, that's everyone in attendance. And speaking of which, good segue, future me. Gonna pat myself on the back. I want to talk to you guys just a little bit about. I mean, you guys probably already knew from like the waiting room if you guys actually listened in. But Fire Emblem Three Houses, I wrote here as Fried Emblem Tres Casas because that's kind of like what might want to be. That's why I want to keep coining it as. But yeah, it's been fun. Music is great. I've been listening to that a lot, like in the car, just as I drive around places, and every now and again, like when I'm working, I'm able to listen to music, and it's been great. The game's been great. I mean, right now, I'd wager like I'm probably like 5 hours in, but a lot of that has been spent just kind of like roaming around the monastery, the central hub. And that's super cool. And if you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna gross out. In fact, even if you do mind, I'm still gonna talk about it anyway. But Fire Emblem Three Houses is actually really, really cool because it pretty much does kind of everything that you expect from old Fire Emblem games to do. There is like weapon durability. There's no weapon triangle, so that's kind of what. But there's a lot of stuff there you add into it, and they like really hammered in on like a particular points of the game, including but not exclusively to how you interact with your characters, and there's different ways to do it. I think that's the main selling point is that there's so many things you can do to bond like with your I guess your students in this sense. So as the professor, you allow them to do all these different things. You can spend time with them, and of course you have to do lectures with them. And you would think at first that that's kind of like a little tedious. In fact, I knew from the get-go like that I was gonna be a little apprehensive about this. Like, am I gonna teach them seminar? Like, I'm not. I don't play Fire Emblem to be a teacher, no. But this is super cool because it gives you the opportunity to develop and help them grow in the way that you actually kind of want to do it. Because you have students that want to focus on certain things, like one focuses on axe, one focuses on swords, little sword Kirby over there, and some want to like do like fist fighting, like legit fist fighting. Let's look at Kibbles over there. Actually, Kibbles, let's see if you turned on. Kibbles has like an hour interval though. He'll go to sleep the moment things don't like ever happen, so you gotta just double check on him sometimes. But it's crazy. There's so much you can do. You can go travel around the monastery and like interact with them that way. You can actually go to other professors and learn from them to increase like your abilities to teach in certain areas that improve your like proficiency in certain weapons as well. But that actually catches the attention of other students that you might want to recruit from the other houses, depending on which house you decide to go with. And I think that in the latter half of the game, like the story definitely like, changes depending on who you choose. But yeah. Hold on. I've been talking like a bunch about Fire Emblem. Let me just kind of read up what you guys are saying right now. But let's see. Oh, the new. Wait. Oh, okay. Just talking about One Piece from Black Charizard Gaming. Mark is talking about my beard and facial hair generally. This is actually at the point of me growing it out like maybe 3 weeks now. Even though I've only grown it out for 2 weeks, but its growth rate has been like increasing to like where now it seems like it's been 3 weeks instead of 2. So I'm kind of wondering, at what point does the facial hair just kind of stop? Because that's what's been something I've noticed when I was growing up. For sure, like in elementary school, I had the mustache, and that was super weird now that I look back on it. But, for me, it was normal. And then somewhere along the lines, I don't remember which grew first, like the beard down here or like the sides. And I think beard first and then the sides here. And then the neck started to like get some fuzz too. It's weird, but at the same time, I shouldn't really question it considering that there's some people in the DangIT crew that can't really grow their facial hair that much, so I'll just take it as it is. But yeah, Mark saying, yeah, there's also, it's Game of Thrones edition. You really decide who really dies and who gets to live, so you just recruit them. But that game's been a lot of fun, despite like how much I've actually gone into it, like 5 hours in, but like to give reference to anyone who has been playing it, I just finished up like one like mission in which like an ally super overpowered swordmaster unit came into the fray, almost took all my experience, and I was like, hey, no, I'm not gonna let that happen, because that's super cool, right? Like in battle, like when it's just you against an army, it'd be helpful if another party would come in to help you out. But in this case, because experience is on the line on here, you want to prevent them from taking out all of your kills, because they will take all of your kills. So at the end of the map, I ended up having to isolate the main boss from like that unit just so that I can take the kill, and she doesn't. This is the kind of game we're playing here. But yeah, and as I was saying, the soundtrack is really good, and I'm not saying that because I kind of low-key like dubstep, but I think the addition of dubstep and other like electronic sounds kind of give like a new breath of fresh air for like the series, because they do kind of focus on more orchestral like focused, and it's still that way. They just implement a little bit more of like electronic sounds, especially in the percussions of some of the battles as well. But I think dubstep actually is greatly used when it comes to like the darker themes when you have the enemies, because dubstep for me is just kind of like noise, like distortion noise made to just kind of like make things kind of sporadic and keep you like hyper aware. So I love the fact that they use it for like enemy themes and whatnot. But in any case, I see that everyone's starting to talk about Smash Brothers, which is a great segue, by the way, if any. Let's talk about Smash Brothers recently, because a new characters came out, and the name is Hero, though each character has their own like kind of fixed name. The main one that you'll see is 11, and I know that one's called 8, but everyone else has like their own special name. But yeah, super cool character. Things that I could, because I was playing it last night, and I actually just got my hands on him last night, playing through the World Light, just kind of progressing through that while also learning a little bit more about Hero's character. Love the side B, love the standard B, I love how those charge, I love the up B because it charges, I love the fact that down B has like a zoom feature that lets you just warp right back into the stage. That can be super helpful. But the drawback is that you have a lot of like down B like specials, and a lot of them are super cool because some are like up close, some just like shoot like direct in one direction, but like the attacks can come out pretty fast, except for like, what was it, Hatchet Man? Yeah, that one takes a little bit of time. But that, zoom, and thwack, we gotta talk about thwack for a bit. So thwack is one that just kind of instantly kills like an enemy at any percentage, though higher chances when the opponent hits like 100%, then you start to see it a little bit. But people are just kind of like concerned about that because that's literally an insta kill. So everyone's just gonna be throwing in thwack whenever they just jump into the fray. But yeah, let's see. Sorry guys, I'm gonna just read over the chat here, and let's see. Only one DangIT member who can't really grow facial hair. That's Captain Admiral right there. That's true. Yeah, that's actually incredibly true. Except for Sephi. But we don't even know about Sephi. You never know. And Ja'Cory Brown saying digging the beard. I appreciate that. And also Grookey gang members. I'm right there with you too. But yeah, Hero is kind of overpowered. Incineroar is Mark's main, but he also admits that Hero's pretty OP. Yeah. Thwack or Whack? Thwack is, yep. Thwack is is the overpowered one. But it is true that Thwack can be the Hakai in Dragon Quest. I've never played Dragon Quest ever. But I mean, they're coming out with one I think in September for the Switch. That's super cool. And I probably, maybe, not sure yet, just on the fence with that. Let's see if I can finish up Smash Brothers and whatchamacallit, Fried Emblem Tres Casas, and then I'll get back to you on like whether or not I'll actually jump into that. But yeah, dude's super cool. Like, that's a really cool character right there. Because first of all, I can't get over Side B. Side B is like super cool because it has different usage depending on how much you charge it. Standard B is super cool. Just, it's pretty standard. And the fact that he has a shield that actually does very well to block a lot of attacks. Great. Super great. And it also has bounce too. Bounce is actually, depending on who you use, Mega Man, it's gonna suck for that character playing against like Mr. Bounce Man. But actually, Bounce Man is actually a character in Mega Man 11. That's crazy. Or was it Mega Man 12? No, it was Mega Man 11. My bad, guys. Okay, so is there anything else I wanted to talk about as far as our new character, Hero? Hero's cool, and I like, there's so much detail, like from just the aesthetics to just like the voice actors as presented in that Smash Brothers video, where Sakurai kind of like goes into more detail about like each character and the voices, the voice actors for them. So having said that, these characters are getting a lot of good treatment. Unfortunately, I can't say that same thing about Cloud. You know what? If I had to nominate like a Final Fantasy VII character, and note that I don't play Final Fantasy VII, and maybe I will, like the classic one at some point in time. I will want to play like the remake at some point when it comes out. But if I had to nominate someone, I mean, Tifa's gonna be one of them. In fact, she's probably the top one. But I'm trying to think if there's any other character aside from Longsword Sephiroth. Nah, I mean, Barry would probably be good too because he is like a gun character, so he'd be pretty cool too. Or maybe just an assist trophy. Damn, give him Barrett the assist trophy. But yeah, Tifa would probably be the next one. And then I just add more like Final Fantasy VII tracks because it's just like, come on, man, like how are you gonna do that to him? Oh, and Black Charizard wants to ask for like some last DLC predictions as far as the next character for Smash Brothers. Well, the thing is that we have let's think back at all the characters so far that's been like DLC. Piranha Plant has been like a kind of a free DLC that wasn't really part of the package. Joker is the first one, I believe, and then there's Hero, and then there's Banjo. And what, do we have like one last one? I think Sephiroth would be a good villain addition for sure. I love it. They just kept this long sword because it's just like you see that in your. And I remember it from Kingdom Hearts 2 when I actually saw like footage of him with his fucking fuck long like. So we're like, what do you even? Oh, okay, all right, I'm good. Oh. People were saying, oh yeah, Mark was saying Doomslayer, which would be kind of outrageous, but makes sense, right? Because Doom and Doom Eternal, well, Doom is already out. Doom Eternal is going to be coming out on the Switch as well. So promotion for Doom Eternal. Pray that all Switches remain saved throughout the play session of any Doom game, and we're going to hope for the best. But yeah, definitely Doomslayer is actually kind of like almost a shoe-in because of just how he is, and based on like the leaks, and I think the leaks have been pretty whatchamacallits, reliable so far. And we already know that Banjo's kind of Rare and Microsoft's like shoe into like the series, so I think we're good with that. Now, if there's anything else that's going to be coming out, I mean, I can't really say because there are a lot of characters out there, and it's kind of hard, and I don't even remember much of the leaks, but if anything, I'd be down with Doomslayer. Like, just like, let's throw in like a little bit more like variety. We already got another sword user, and the way you would look at it, maybe you would think the Joker is almost pseudo sword user with his knife, but and Piranha Planet's like, okay, that's kind of cool. But maybe like another like gunman, gunwoman, or just another like brawler. That'd be great. But yeah, Black Charizard Saul's asking for maybe a new Sega character. That'd be cool. And it doesn't have to be like exclusive to just Sonic's lineup, because there are other Sega characters such as Bing 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 Bing. And then there's other characters such as Bing Bing Bing. Hey, let's throw in that just obligatory Super Monkey Ball character. Let's see what they do. I mean, I actually, you know what? I'd be kind of down with that too. But all right, so you guys can carry on the conversation about Super Smash Brothers. I'm gonna just kind of like jump onto the next segment here that I got, just so we can get through it, and also make sure I cover that. And sorry, Mark, Shadow has already been like assist trophied, so all assist trophied characters probably no. Oh, the motorbike guy, says Black Charizard. That's actually that's a pretty good suggestion too. But yeah, Mark would be down for a Super Monkey Ball character. Or what was that? What was that one like? Shoot, what was that game called? But it was the beat skating guy. Do you know? The one that everyone remembers. That one game. You guys will figure that out. Let me give you guys some updates on what's happening this month, because we are now in August. So happy August, everyone. We've been talking as kind of like somewhat of a collective crew about something that's going to happen. I'm not sure if I've talked to you guys about it, because there's two separate things that are happening. There's that Operations Foot. You guys remember that one? That's still kind of here, but another super secret thing that we're doing, it's gonna have to be pushed off for next month, because like one of our members is not available. In fact, you can argue that everyone's kind of unavailable right now. Another option is Gino, but Gino's also been kind of he's been spirited, so we don't know if we can do that. Yes, that guy. Yes, thank you. Super skate guy from that beat skating. Not Beat Saber, but Beat Skating. Actually, I wonder what happens if I just put Beat Skating game. Alright, they just they replace Beat with Best. Okay, I see what they're trying to do. Oh my god, like it's from Sega. I know this. It's gonna pop up somewhere. Oh yeah, I'm sorry guys. This is like really eating at me now. Not Sonic Riders, no. Let's see. Oh. From Jet Set Radio. Okay. They say it doesn't disqualify them. Oh, great. So they're also kind of throwing that wrench in there, says Mark. So, all right. All right. So, just to let you guys know, Operation Foot, it's still kind of going for this month, and we don't even have an operation name for the other one. If you guys can remember it, we're gonna call this one Operation I came up with Operation Foot, and I kind of stuck with that one. Operation I don't want to name it like a different like body part. Let's call it Operation Blonde. Operation Blonde. We'll go with Operation Blonde. Operation that's actually a good one, but we'll go with Operation Blonde for the next one. But yeah. So I want to tell you guys this, but I'm not sure if I've ever told you guys ahead of time about this situation I got, and it's kind of a story too. But it's about shoes, okay? So anyone here who has any type of like appreciation, or is somewhat they would call themselves as a sneakerhead, then maybe you might be interested in this particular conversation. So, and I'm not even sure if I brought it up before, but let's just go ahead and do it. So this past Comic-Con, I think it's been 2 weeks now. But yeah, so there was something on the exhibit hall regarding Marvel, but also regarding Adidas, about a collaboration that they've actually had for a little while now, specifically, and they do a lot of collaborations, just so you guys know. In fact, let me just kind of jump to a different segue relating to Adidas, is that they kind of like released like a design for, what was it, Naruto, specifically for our character Kakashi. Now, if you guys know Kakashi, he's just super badass. That's all you need to really know about him. But they, with their Ultra Boost series of shoes, they wanted to make like this collaboration with this specific character from Naruto. I'm not sure. I can't tell you if it's anything related to the general hype for people trying to run at Area 51, but I think but they have like a collaboration design for with Kakashi with the Ultra Boost Adidas shoes. And you guys can totally look that up, and it looks alright. Like it totally blends in. You wouldn't even think twice about these shoes as far as like anything unique. But I just want to give you guys a little thing with that. Like, oh yeah, like the Dragon Ball collab. Right, like Charles said. They made a Dragon Ball collab with Adidas with a whole lineup based on like some of the different characters, like from Vegeta to even Boo. Those were really interesting too. But they also did a recent collaboration with the Beastie Boys. I'm not sure if you guys saw that one. That actually got brought up to me by one of my coworkers who was actually looking into that. Fortunately, he couldn't actually get those, but this will tie into like what Miles interested in. So, SpiderMan shoes. This is what I was really interested in. And yeah, they're basketball shoes, and if anything, I would do anything but basketball in these shoes. But they're still really cool because they had like the red and blue ones, and you could totally check this out on the website on Adidas as well. But it was super cool. It had like the Amazing Spider-Man / like, in my opinion, it kind of reminded me of the advanced suit from Marvel Spider-Man for the PS4, and those were like super cool. Mark was saying, like, I just did the loudest ha when you said Beastie Boys. And Black Charizard Gaming got all the Dragon Ball shoes except for Cell. That's actually pretty impressive because I was trying to check out some of the stock. I wasn't really going to buy those, but I wanted to see if they still had them available. And it's hard to really get shoe sizes. And that's no exception for the Spider-Man shoes. Because recently on the 1st, they released, and it's actually just been a few days, I can't believe it. They released the alternative color for the stealth suit that you will see in, if you haven't seen it, in Far From Home, the latest Spider-Man movie. And that's like a dark, it's not really dark. It's black and green. So it's a dark type of shoe, but it's also just got that crazy like green glare to it. But those are pretty cool. And I actually made an order for those, so those will be coming in hopefully soon. But I did order like the red and blue shoes the night before the black and green ones came out, and I saw my size was available, so I like clicked on that. And I was thinking it would take just only a short amount of time, so I decided to do like a pickup type of order. So they told me the information, like, okay, here's the place that you want to go to, right, to actually pick up these shoes. And I was like, that's super cool. Just let me know through email. Just notify me. And I've been pretty antsy about it. Like one day passes, another day passes, and I'm like checking my emails like a little bit more frequently than usual. And when I mean like more frequently, I mean like 5 times a day versus no time a day. And unfortunately, I woke up like, was it? No, I woke up yesterday morning. Like how like you'll be like in bed when you wake up and you're like, I don't really feel like doing anything. Let's say, reach your phone, you check out things, and you decide to check your email because your shoes are coming in, and they tell you we cancel your order. You're like, all of a sudden that little thing in your eyes, all the crust, the little slouchy behavior, you get woke. You get woke real quick about this, and you check your emails like on your desktop just for more information. They just said, yes, sir, we're out of stock. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you're out of stock? Like, I felt like I thought it was was his name Dr. Pym? I felt like I was Dr. Pym in like Endgame, where Steve is just telling him like, hey, can you do this thing real quick? It's like, oh, we got a package for you. And he's like, oh yeah, send it in. It's like, here's the thing, we can't actually bring it ourselves. And he's like, what do you mean you can't do it? I thought this was your job. And that's what I felt. I was like, isn't it your job to stock these? Because the thing is, like, well, my understanding was that store, that outlet, didn't actually have the shoes. I knew this. So they would actually call for an order for them to actually drop it off at the location, which they would notify me that it's at that location so I can pick it up and be on my merry way. No, they were just out of stock, period. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean it's out of stock? You don't have it to begin with. So yeah. So long story short, I don't have the red and blue ones. The order for the black and green ones are still a go. But I'm so upset, dude. Like, they don't even give you like, you have to dig for the reason too. Like, not just ask them, but you actually have to like dig in and see like, oh, let's track this one. And they just say like, oh, it's just out of stock. I'm like, come on, man. But maybe like what would cause that to happen was like maybe people like jumped in like at the same time to make that order. So it's one of those things where you just need to be notified ahead of time. Now, I probably won't get all the shoes because they're $100 each. So unless, especially now that I don't wear the same shoes anymore, like also frequently, so these shoes will start to last like a while. Like I'm still at like on my like red Nike shoes, and I had those for like a few years now. Crazy enough. Because at the very least I remember like wearing them for Comic-Con this year, and then there's last year. And it's just like, well, these things are not going to die anytime soon because I refuse to wear them because I want to wear out the other black and white shoes that I've gotten like years back. It's like, what do you do? But sorry about that. That started to get a little intense as far as like me trying to talk about things. But that has a really nice shoe collection. I'd also have to agree with Mark on that. But yeah, his Splinter Cell suit. Yeah, essentially. But like Charizard was saying, like I'm poor right now, so I have to wait for resales, even though the price is gonna be jacked like the rock. So yeah, if anything, I think Adidas also like allows you to just kind of check out or let them give you like email notifications in case the stock of your size comes back in. So maybe I should do that for the red and blue ones. If not, the Iron Spider one will be coming out, I think, August 31st. So I might like jump in on that one, but that's a whole month away. But then again, I already have like these red Nike shoes, so I'm like, maybe not. But hey, I actually don't mess around with these red shoes. Like these red shoes are really great. I don't know what's my deal with me and red shoes. Maybe it really is just My Hero. I'm pretty sure it's My Hero Academia that got me into like red shoes because fucking Deku was just rocking those. But yeah. But what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I didn't really talk too much about certain things that happened at Comic-Con. I know that I wasn't really big on the panels for that, but I did go to the one with I'm running out of Kojima's panel. That's why I have the poster like way over there, the big white tube one right there. Izuku's fresh kicks. Yes, for sure. Yeah, like I love these red shoes now. So, man. Sorry, I've been thinking about those shoes for a little bit. Also, you guys know about the whole animal shelter visits I do all the time. Yeah, that was also a really close call too. Because there's one dog again that caught my attention a lot. And I saw her today too. And it's like, And it's bad when you're starting to know everyone like by first name basis as far as the staff. Found out that like one of my old like high school friends, or I wouldn't say friends, maybe like acquaintances or like classmates. Yeah, she works there too. And I was like, oh, okay, what's up? And I know her, I think, a little bit more closely because she's married to one of my old friends at high school, same school. And I was like, that's wild. And yeah, and there's also someone else there who kind of like helps spread the word. Has a Facebook group that she like helps contribute to. So, and actually, I do have like a little minor story about today. I was there, and there's a bunch of other visits. I like to do meet and greets for some of these dogs just to help them out too, because I've been trying to contribute to them too, posting videos, posting photos, to just kind of help like better the case of this one dog that they're trying to promote. And one of them, I've started noticing that she is very affectionate. We did a meet and greet with her, and turns out that she is actually pregnant, and that actually is a kind of a concern. So they had to go and quarantine her just so when that kind of happens, she can like have her babies in peace instead of like in one of the cages. So hoping for the best for that dog, really hoping for the best. And as for the other dog that I was really curious in, I hope for the best for that one too, because it sucks. Again, I can take care of it, but I also can't take care of it. And it's like, what do I do? And it was one of the cases where I was also thinking about, like, is there a place where I can take care of her while she's not actually at the house, whether outside or in? But no, I don't have such a luxury in my life. So, and you know what? I've been, and it's not really directly linked to it, but I was actually at one of my coworkers' houses. Super chill dude, and got introduced to his family. Super chilled out family. Yo, dude, like you guys will know, like when I talk about this guy, that he is super chilled out. Like, of course, like not everything's all hunky dory with him, but like just his main mindset and just like the flow or energy he gives off is like just super like laid back, like, yeah. And maybe that's because of the fact that like both him and his wife are just kind of like people who like go into like breweries or microbreweries, and they would breweries. Ooh, that's hard for me to pronounce. But they just kind of chill out there. And yeah, that was kind of like one of the reasons why I actually was at his house, was that aside from the whole like dog sitting business that I want to start up on the side, and the fact that he kind of offered to take me to like one of these breweries to just kind of hang out and maybe scope out like some girls here and there, because and I got served for that one too. Whoa. But yeah, let me just go chronologically. So it was Thursday. We're on the same track, so he and I had like Friday off yesterday, so it's super chill. So we didn't have to worry about like being up so late. So he invites me to his house, so I drove over there, like roughly 30 minutes away, and I was gonna take a look at his dogs, but first and foremost, he already took them to have baths, so we decided to just drive over to one of the microbreweries that he frequents, and super cool area. Like it's in an older part of the town, and people were just like walking in very casually. When I walked in there was a lot of like comforting seat areas, like from just like a regular like kind of a bar table to just like regular tables you see at a restaurant to like kind of like a fireplace setting where you have like a couple of chairs like circling around like a central like table, and people just chill out. And there was a line like in the way back end with one guy. One guy was like holding them for all this time, and he was serving like I don't know how many like types of beers, meads, or like wine that he was giving off to people. But I had two of them, and I really like, well, because I have a sweet tooth for this, so I got like this cranberry type, and it was like, and I don't know like the percentages and like how often you would get this percentage over this one, but I had this mead, and it was like 13%, and this time my friend, he was saying like, oh well, that's actually quite a lot. So so it was one of those sessions where and I kind of posted this on Instagram as well, where I was drinking it, but what I didn't show on camera was just like how lightheaded I started to feel. And during that course of it, like it was kind of hard for me to focus. When I would turn around like real quick, it would just be like whoa, 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 whoa. And I was like, whoa, dude, like this is wild. Oh man. But yeah, that's a fancy ass brewery. Yes, it was. It was nice. It was super chilled out. Um the guy who was serving us, he was super chill too. And they also actually had like these special like cans, you know, to go. You can just take them and go. And they also have like board games and everything like that. So I picked the obvious one that doesn't require too much, Jenga. Brought it to the table. This is what I actually posted on Instagram, was just like my friend and I actually just like having like a good session of Jenga, where it was kind of close. But ultimately the stack got to a point where I couldn't take anything out without everything toppling over. So it was just like, what can you do? Welcome to the buzz/drunk feeling, for sure, dude. And that was the only drink I had. I had to close it because I knew better for myself. So had that. That was super cool. And at a certain point, I mellowed out. We watched a bunch of like, what was it, Chive TV, and I never heard of the thing. Maybe I saw it like when I was in like the Las Vegas hotel that one time, but otherwise it's like Chive TV. Is that like a pseudo Vine / like TikTok type of thing? Black Charles says I don't drink much, and I think my opinion about like drinking has not really changed a lot. It's one of those things that, sure, it's a social thing. I totally partake in that. Not get drunk per se, but of course I had to get buzzed because I don't have any experience, so I'm by default like drinker. But definitely it's something I'd only want to do if I was like spending time with friends. That's really all it would be. Like I was saying, I'm more of a smoker. Oh shit, that reminds me, yeah. Most I've gotten is buzzed, right? Okay, but and actually that's actually really funny because I have another coworker who I could now consider my friend too. And not to like, I don't think this person is like really gonna watch this, nor any significant other is gonna watch this, but it's nothing bad. It's just that it's super funny. He's saving up money to actually propose to his girlfriend, and they're going out, so like out of the country, so of course they got to spend money on like plane tickets, the hotel, and food, and everything like that. And so I was like, man, dude, that's a lot of things to save up on. Like, you better be starting to save. And he's like, yeah, I know, but here's the problem, is that like you don't have to worry. It's not just the ring, but it's also like the trips, like as I was saying before, like the hotel, the food, the drinks, and not to mention he has a kid too. I have my kid and my girlfriend, and then I think some of the family will be involved. But here's the thing, is that I buy a lot of cool vape shit, and I was like dying. And you should have seen it too, because like he was talking about his watch. His watch is a vaping device. And the way he got about it was that he saw someone else just like low-key just like pop up their watch and like, he was like, that's kind of dope. And I was like, are you serious? Oh man, dude, it's funny because it kind of reminds me of Steven, but it's a lot more focused. Yeah, that guy is he's your go-to when it comes to like morning coffee too. Oh my god, I buy a lot of cool vape shit and you can't stop. And I'm like, you know what? With me and my shoes here, I don't blame you. Yeah. Even his fucking watch. It's wild, dude. It's wild. Like I've actually haven't seen it. Him actually smoke like through his watch, but he does have a watch like that can act as such, and it's like that's. Well, you know what? If you just need a low key just do that, then okay. But you didn't hear this from me. Oh, but man, like the whole shoe adventures really got me interested in like different types of shoes, but that's the problem. I shouldn't get shoes. I really shouldn't. Because I don't like use a lot of them. The only shoes I wear frequently are the shoes for work. That's the only ones I use a lot, and those naturally will just be like used up over time, and I don't have to worry about those ones. But man, dude, I gotta get rid of those old casual like Chucks and the other like black version skate shoes. I gotta get rid of those somehow, but I feel bad because I bought them. I should use them to the full extent. Damn. Man, that was wild. Oh, but I guess I could talk a little bit about this. Some progress I'm making on that dating app I talked to you guys about, but we haven't really established anything going on over there. I should get back to her. I just kind of left the conversation just to let it just naturally end until like something comes up later on. But yeah, I should probably start jumping back in and just starting to focus on that. That's another one of my focuses is also like on dating, because I think I'm at this point where it's like I'm starting to understand, and I actually had that conversation like with my friend and like his wife over where I drove to them. I should also mention we actually had pizza after that, and that was nice. They introduced me to their house. It's a super nice house. It's about like 300,000, and it's like a 1-story. It's super cool, and it seems super modern. This house is, I would say it'd be built in like the 80s or something like that, maybe. There have been slight changes, but if anything, maybe I should just remodel things. That'd probably be slightly cheaper, and like later on. But yeah, but it was a nice house. And it was nice pizza. I think I still have some pizza. Maybe I should have that for a late lunch. Yeah, I haven't eaten anything. The only thing I got with me right now is some drinks. That's all I got. Boba. Love boba. But I should also be careful about what I drink like in the middle of the stream. And I'm not saying like because it's a legal thing, but I'm not sure if you guys have picked up on that when I do like my podcast, is that depending on like what I'm drinking, actually it could just be anything I drink, like from water to whatever, but then like it kind of gurgles back up in an audible way, and I was like, that is so gross when I hear that in post edit. But let's see, what else was I going to say? I was talking about the whole like interior decorating type of thing, and yeah, that's probably not gonna happen in a long time, really. The only thing that would happen first would be to get a dog, and then all that other stuff. Which, by the way, the whole dog sitting service, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I gotta pick that up again. But I can't talk to you guys about things that are happening in DangIT Productions generally. So, excuse me, God burp. Ooh, it's not over yet. Okay. Don't worry, I'm okay. But okay. Working on July. We're working on July not podcast, but the July vlog. So that will also include a lot of Comic-Con stuff. So I'm looking forward to kind of revisiting that. In addition to that, DangIT Plays has been kind of like on a standstill again because a lot of it does rely on other people. So I should probably transition to something I'd really be interested in. And you know what? I'd be really down to do like Fire Emblem again, but I gotta do it in a way that's a little bit more approachable for people, because I know that with like, especially like with this Fire Emblem game, like it's kind of hard to really get people to watch that, I would say, because it's a little bit more time consuming than it is engaging, because it feels like a more one-on-one type of experience versus like, say, playing something like Sea of Thieves, to be like a really good example, where it's like you're just playing with friends, and then it's mundane stuff, but the highlights are usually like things that are like sprinkled in between. But that's also the same case with Fire Emblem. We just need to focus on like some highlights here and there. But yeah. Reel it. I'm going to Japan soon. I hope. A roll of the dice. Oh, okay. Mark saying always available. We gotta get back to the thieves at some point. Maybe. We'll see. Right now I just want to focus on finishing these games. There's not a lot of games that I have purchased in the past, except for Fire Emblem recently. And of course, I'm trying to finish up on Smash Bros. World Light. That was a lot longer than I thought. Like at some point, I think I returned back to it, the World Light, sometime in the middle, where it wasn't where you're crossing over the big gap on the far east side of the map. But that was itself a big journey, and then going like post Galeem was like a journey within itself, and I'm still almost, well, I think I'm almost done. Maybe. Just maybe. Let's see of what? Okay, Black Charizard is asking a little bit more about that. So Sea of Thieves, I don't have the shirt prepped and ready for that, but it's Microsoft / Xbox game. Essentially, it's not free to play, no. But it's pretty cheap nowadays. But it is, your pirate simulating game where the main goal is to become a pirate legend. So one of the main ways back in the day to get that would be to reach level 58 in all three types of like merchant category, or three categories, which would be gold, souls, and then like there's the whatchamacallits, I guess the trading outpost stuff. I think I don't really remember the actual name for it. But yeah, either collect gold, or you like fight skeletons to get the souls, or you do a lot of it's Merchant Alliance. Merchant stuff. Yeah, so that was kind of like the main thing, but now they're adding like additional stuff. The game came out like maybe a year or so ago. But yeah, that's pretty much all it really was. It's pretty much a game that continues to build on itself for replay value. A lot of the things that you will get in that game are aesthetics. So there's no like level grinding aspect to it. It's just per se, except for like your categories of stuff. Not the king that belongs to the pirate lord. I don't remember saying anything about that. But in any case, but yeah. And the problem with that game is that you have to be, yeah, pirate legend, right? So yeah, the main goal is just to become a pirate legend. So yeah, but the problem is that you can burn out from this game like real easily if you don't have like friends to join you from time to time. And granted, you will have access to actually play with other people online, but just, you might not have a really good connection with them as far as like talking to them, if you can talk to them. And yeah, whatever. My problem was that like I ended up burning out at some point, where it's just like it's kind of the same thing. And at this point, I've been playing for like every weekend for like months. Not on the PlayStation 4. It is not on the PlayStation 4. It depends on how you are. We would laugh as we did things like from the stories. So yeah, they added a lot since launch for sure. But if you're looking for PlayStation 4 games, Sea of Thieves is not on there. But hey, you know what? They have God of War on PlayStation 4, and they got SpiderMan, and they're gonna work on what was it, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm not sure if it's coming on other consoles, but that's still something to look forward to. Last of Us 2, whenever that comes out. But I'm not really too big on PlayStation though. I only got like Spider-Man, which is still worth it. It's still worth it, but it was fun. But right now my focus has been on the Switch, which is actually good because I think Switch is still like probably the best console. Not the most powerful, Mark, but it's generally just like for everything it can do, it's my favorite. Take it on the go, plug it in so you just play like on a bigger screen. Yeah. And having said that though, Xbox is doing a couple things in the near future. A more powerful console, so streaming would be much more accessible. Also accessing like higher frame rates and frame rates, and also like a higher display, or at least maybe just consistent 4K stuff. So maybe I should focus on that in the future. Although I think I'll still stay in 1080 for a good while because 1080 is still pretty fucking good. It's never really been bad for sure. But yeah, Black Charizard's aligning himself with PlayStation, so total props to you for sure. PlayStation's doing its own thing, and it's respectable in that part. The only sad thing is that I didn't really see anything from E3 from them because they dropped out last minute because they're working on other things. But yeah, remember that they showed off that what was it? It was like a samurai game, but it's not Sekiro. It's not Sekiro, but it's a samurai game. So I'm really interested in seeing how they play that out. And Mark is on Xbox's side, and I'm just kind of like, whatever's good, King. Okay, is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Oh yeah, I have my old tab for Jet Set Radio and other skate games. But that's pretty much it. Still playing Fire Emblem on my side. I really wanted to add a little bit more to that. I really want to play a little bit more. Smash Bros. Has been fun. However, I'm not too competitive with that game specifically. And I fear that if I do, I'll end up smelling pretty bad. Man, dude, I pray for Anaya who's going to Evo. Not for his safety. Oh, I mean, yes, for his safety. In all regards, especially if he ever smells a Smash Brothers player. No, like I could finally shower. It's like, what the fuck? It's so wild, dude. Black Charizard saying Skate 4. Oh, okay. Mark was saying Kill la Kill's new game. I tried it and it's pretty good. It's simplistic, but I like the way that they did it. Okay. I just with anime games, it's becoming kind of the same formula. In any case, Black Charizard game is saying, "Hey, I'm pro Smash. I shower once per month. I shower once a day." Yo, this is like, what is with that? Like, a shower is like 15 minutes tops at the very minimum. You can squeeze 10 minutes, but sometimes you want to just like really be like for sure on that. But come on. I mean, what is with that? I don't understand that scene. But Evo, so I don't know, aside from Tekken, what would Naya want to do? I'm not sure if he's going to jump into Dragon Ball FighterZ again, but yeah. So that's a pseudo update to what he's doing. But in any case, yeah, I was talking about Hero for Smash Brothers, and I already talked about the surprise thing being pushed over to the following month, and I talked about the shoe situation, quite a lot of details, more so I needed to. But I was also upset too because I wanted to spend a weekend like driving over to the location to pick up the shoes because it's in a shopping mall, so I wanted to like actually pick those up. And to be told that they don't even have the orders for it. And you know what? in the midst of this, I feel like I should be tempted to just kind of check out the see if they even have it. As I proceed to check out and see if they have it. Let's see. New arrivals. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna be like checking these things out. Ooh, these are nice shoes. Look at all these nice shoes that you guys actually aren't seeing. I don't know. I feel like I think Adidas has like really cool designs, or at least varying designs, and I think Nike's like logo for their shoes is just it's clean in my opinion. But there's a lot more variations for Adidas for what they do. So, yeah. Now, if I can actually find the ones I'm looking for, it's gonna have to search these ones. I swear. Oh my god, they have. Oh my god, they got a Captain Marvel shoe, like specifically, and they have a Nick Fury shoe. Oh my god. Are you? Oh my god, are you serious? This is wild. Oh, but they don't have. Oh man, do I have to really type in the guy's name too? I don't know, dude. I like the shoes themselves. Okay. Oh, cool. There they are. Oh, whoa. I didn't know that they have like different varying types, I think. Oh no, this is just like a youth version. They have children's and then youth versions. Great. Just to make you a little bit more confused, you know? Just to make sure. And you have to really just double check on that. Okay. So hopefully there's no audio to be played out. If not, I'll just kind of tone that out. But yeah, they've just been kind of difficult to pick up. Yeah, like even now, like the only sizes that they have available for the blue and red ones, or red and blue, are 7.5 for men's, 8.5 for women, and then 18 men, 19 women. It's just like, damn, dude. Can't go, dude. But yeah, nice shoes. Yeah, kitty shoes, the youth. But okay. You know what? We'll end the podcast very soon, but let's just give it like until the hour in. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions that you guys have, then please feel free to let me know about that. In the meantime, I'm just gonna try to figure out if there's anything else that's going around. I know that for YouTube videos for reacting it, we got a death battle that's actually been posted recently, so I might jump into that at some point. I've been seeing a lot more trailers for Persona 5 Royal, so that's super cool. But it's kind of tough because, like, I kind of already know the game, but now I kind of want this one. And to possibly stream it. That's definitely something that's worth streaming. I know I was saving it for when David's around, but unfortunately, he's unavailable at this time due to personal stuff. So I might have to look into that. Oh shoot. I want to give a quick shout out to this one show that used to be on Animal Planet. Actually, it's called It's Me or the Dog, and it's pretty much about our home girl Victoria. As she just goes around and tries to recorrect like behaviors on dogs and the owners. And I found out recently that I'm not even sure if I talked about it previously, but she has a YouTube channel that just kind of is like that show, but in a YouTube format. And it's super great because it's still ongoing. So it's like awesome. Still getting a dog fix without actually owning a dog. Even though I want one so bad. Oh, is there Captain America shoes? Shit. There's a lot of Marvel stuff. I think I may have missed that. But hey, I mean, Adidas is doing that whole like collab thing, and it's much appreciated for like fans. And it definitely helps them out too. Damn, it's like I don't. I don't really see it per se. Unless that is it. Those shoes are actually kind of cool. But okay, whew. Let's not think too much about that. Otherwise, I'll be like, there's a lot of shoes out there. I kind of want all of them. But Mark is also talking about a little bit the chapter from My Hero Academia that traumatized him. I think I know what you're talking about. Actually, I'm lying. I know exactly which one you're talking about. It gets dark. I'll tell you right now, My Hero Academia gets really dark for those who are actually reading it / watching it. Which reminds me, it's coming out in October. That is 2 months from now. That is wild. We're getting closer. And to think that we knew about this earlier this year, like in January or something like that, where we knew that this wouldn't be coming out for months, and rightfully so, because apparently there's going to be a lot of things that happen for this arc. And what Mark's talking about isn't even like in that arc. It's later on down the line. But yeah, Black Charizard is an anime watcher, so yeah, just expect some really dark things in both cases. And that's what we love on My Hero, right? It's superhero stuff, but it's a lot darker. It's like DC, except it doesn't escalate itself way too high. Especially now with like Young Justice Outsiders. Yo, I'm just so lost on that. Like I have to watch from the beginning to know what's going on. And right now I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for like all the episodes to come out. So that whole like DC subscription thing, I could just like blow that out in like a month. But yeah. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. This has been a really nice podcast. It's been great talking to you guys. A lot of stuff, well, minor, but a lot of stuff has been happening. And yeah, so I hope that you guys have actually appreciated the Fire Emblem music like in the waiting room. I love the soundtrack for that again. So I'm continuing to play that. At some point, I kind of want to do a DangIT plays of it later on once I've like really got a full understanding of the game. And just to recap everything, Hero has been like a lot of fun to play in Smash Brothers, and I'll probably play him later tonight on stream when I do much more or finish up World Light stuff. And the surprise thing, 2 things happening this month and 1 happening in the following month. So look forward to that on DangIT Vlogs. The shoe situation, I'll keep you guys updated for that. I'll tell you that for sure. Right here, right now. And Mark's also can't wait for a banjo, but that is pretty much it. So let's end the podcast here. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for this episode of DangIT Podcast. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys, especially since there's just no one here. But all right, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next podcast. # bye, everyone.